The ideas of being chronically unemployed and chronically online are intertwined. After all, those who understand all of the references to brain rot and a constant online lore being updated every single second of every single day must have a lot of free time, right? Hence, the idea that a job application could be a jump scare has become an actual meme, riffing on the idea that anyone heavily invested in digital spaces cannot possibly have enough spare time to get a job, or rather, anyone with a job cannot possibly have enough spare time to be invested in slop and brain rot. Other words for this have popped up in the past. The concept of calling each other degenerates, neets, autists, terminally online, or just any self-deprecating word that signals someone spends so much time on the internet that they do not function in pleasant society. The job application jump scare works in much the same way. Audiences make fun of themselves and other communities by throwing a job application form on screen, implying the audience that watches their videos are outsiders to mainstream society and must therefore be scared of getting an actual job. However, calling oneself unemployed whilst self-deprecating can also be like a badge of honor. It allows people to signal that they are a part of a certain group, and many will often call themselves unemployed even if they do have a job, as the word has grown past its original meaning. No longer is it literal, it simply refers to a person who has too much time on their hands. It just sits in that twilight zone between ironic and unironic, forever bouncing backwards and forwards. This space is similar to the idea of gooning, or having a goon cave, as there is and always will be a vein of self-deprecation running throughout areas where an understanding or taking part in online stories and narratives, aka memes, is normalized. In a society where being productive and constantly self-improving is encouraged above all, purposefully defining oneself as unemployed and being frightened of a job application almost feels like a rebellion. It's such an interesting aspect of humanity displayed within online areas. We love self-deprecating humor, but sometimes the idea of it can be taken to pretty extreme lengths. It's fun to laugh at the idea of being unemployed and thus being scared of seeing a job application, but it's important to recognize that it can get to the point where people genuinely have difficult mental health issues and deem themselves so outcasted from society that they can't possibly exist within it.
Fellas, does Revolut have a deal for you?
You can get $40 when you sign up and make your first purchase with Revolut, the app keeping money simple, no stress and no expensive fees. The unique part is the custom debit card you can get from Revolut. Design anything you like on the card, plus if you upgrade to the metal plan, you'll even get your very own metal card, made from real, high-quality stainless steel. With 55 million users worldwide, it's easy to see how Revolut not only helps you save an extra buck or two, but also makes spending secure and simple. Plus, you can easily sort your funds into pockets where you can save toward meeting different money goals, whether it's for travel or for buying GTA 6. Or you can even use Revolut to send money securely to friends and family. It's super easy to get started, create an account in minutes. Don't forget, you can get $40 when you sign up to the app and make your first purchase. Thanks Revolut for being today's sponsor. Let's take a look at the idea surrounding where the fear of job application forms comes from. Unless you're extremely lucky, having an actual job kind of sucks. As the Smiths say, I was looking for a job and then I found a job and heaven knows I'm miserable now. The reason humans can afford to pay for all the constantly rising costs is because they spend a huge chunk of their free time working. And as such, it's not surprising that the idea of being productive and earning money is heavily glorified. As such, an outcast from society might be a person who actively avoids working, and might fill their time being only online, dodging job application forms, otherwise known as a NEET, aka not in employment, education, or training. This idea of unemployment as a meme has certainly been around for a good while, popping up in social media, but it has really solidified itself in 2025. Sometimes it's positioned as an enjoyable experience whereupon benefits come in every week and it's easy to live large. But that's not really the case. Research shows that those who are unemployed face greater mental health challenges, feeling as if they are a burden on society or embarrassed to interact with their friends. You can test this for yourself if you're outside of school. Playing games and dodging work feels really fun and interesting if you've got schoolwork or a job coming up soon, and there's no question of whether or not you've earned it. But then, as soon as you play a game by yourself whilst you know everyone else is out doing stuff, it suddenly feels weird and pathetic. The point I'm getting at is that the reason why job application forms have become a jump scare is because of societal perspective. Not having a job is ultimately viewed as a negative in society, and not necessarily because it means a lack of income, but because it changes the social status of a person at the same time. So much emphasis is placed on being consistently productive that the inability to be so is frowned upon, which makes terms like unemployed a common insult on social media. As such, the jump scare of the job application form is generated in order to insult a person who is perceived as the lowest of the low. A person who does not have a job not because they cannot get one, but because they don't want to get one. So, if being unemployed sucks so much, why do so many people describe themselves that way? Why would the meme of the job application form jump scare be so widespread and common? Well, we can take a look at the concept of the self-described chronically online, otherwise known as terminally online or extremely online. It's often used in a self-deprecating manner to describe someone who cares about online phenomena that no normal busy person would think about. Perhaps you're familiar with the drama between Minecraft YouTuber Dream and many of the other gaming Let's Players he's become associated with over the years, or perhaps not. Either way, there's millions of videos, discussion, speculation, and unending drama surrounding it, and yet a regular person on the street would have absolutely no idea about the seething rage boiling on the internet. For those involved, it seems like everyone's talking about it all the time, but for regular people, there's no doubt they'd have absolutely no idea or even care in the slightest. This concept is best demonstrated by a tweet by Neith Waters, writing, "People on Twitter, having decorative pillows makes you a part of the bourgeois? People in real life, hey man, how's it going?" Regular people are considered outside of the masses of unemployed who really genuinely care about seemingly inane issues. As such, you can notice the parallels between the terms chronically online and unemployed, as they are both used to describe a person who deeply cares about digital drama that has no place or context outside of the online realm, fully out of touch with reality. This is where the concept of touch grass comes in, as it works in a similar manner to the job application form jump scare that's popular now. It all intertwines into the idea that these people are out of touch with reality, and getting a job, or going outside and touching grass, which means actually losing the terminally online or unemployed status and becoming a functional member of society, ultimately means losing interest in the type of content and online lore that would be otherwise engaging. This video has explored how the job application jump scare memes have obvious roots in very deep-seated disdain for those who are unemployed. The interesting part is that being unemployed has become a badge of honor in some spaces, as if understanding and knowing these endless online encyclopedias of lore is to be celebrated. To that end, I kind of agree. It's my job to keep exploring, understanding, and discussing these events that pop up online, and I genuinely love to watch it all unfold and see how it affects and relates to real life. I'd probably still be deep in the trenches checking it all out. Although even while I was at school or working full-time, I was still writing about memes and enjoying it. At the end of the day, perhaps there's a difference between observing and discussing the online events and fully dedicating your own life to them. The lengths certain people will go to make sure they're involved with online drama can seem utterly unreasonable from the outside. But perhaps being unemployed, or not touching grass, or being chronically online are simply all ways to feel a part of a bigger group. It's unfortunate that for many, social interactions can come through having a job only, as these relationships tend to be strictly professional and lack intimacy. However, being deeply involved in online drama within the space of a group can feel extremely intimate when everyone else understands all references. In short, the job application jump scares are thus making light of those people who find their social interactions often within the realm of digital media, yet despite it being an insult, sometimes those people are the ones who find solace in knowing they are unemployed, as they can still feel a part of something bigger than themselves. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
And remember, like and subscribe! Or else.